In the previous tutorial, /posts/python tutorial async/, we learned about async/await and essentio. Now let's learn about HTTP requests and APIs, how to call REST APIs, send data, handle responses, and build a reusable API client. Let's break it down. httpx. The modern Python HTTP library, we use httpx throughout this tutorial. It supports both sync and async requests, has a clean API, and is the recommended HTTP library for modern Python. Install it. Your first get request response.json parses the JSON body into a Python dictionary. Get requests. Reading data query parameters, use the perms argument to add query parameters. Custom headers, add headers for authentication, content type, or custom values. Timeouts, always set a timeout. Without one, a stuck server will hang your program forever. The default timeout in HTTPX is 5 seconds. In production, always set an explicit timeout. Post requests. Creating data, send JSON data with a post request. The JSON equals parameter automatically converts your dictionary to JSON and sets the correct content type header. Put and delete. Updating and removing data, put, full update, delete. Using httpx client, connection pooling for multiple requests. Use httpx client. It reuses connections faster and lets you set shared headers and base URL. Always use a client when making multiple requests. It is faster and cleaner. Async HTTP with httpx in tutorial 18 /posts/python tutorial async/. We learned async/await. Here is how to use it with httpx. The async version runs both requests concurrently. If each takes 200 milliseconds, the total time is 200 ms instead of 400 ms. JSON handling, parsing JSON safely, always handle parse errors. Pretty printing JSON output. Authentication API key and headers, bearer token, JWT. Basic authentication, never hardcode API keys in your code. Use environment variables. Error handling for HTTP requests. Here is a robust pattern for handling HTTP errors. Error hierarchy in HTTPX. httpx.request_error. Any network/connection error. httpx.timeout exception. Request took too long. httpx.http status error. Raised by raise_for_status. For 4xx/5xx codes. Rate limiting when calling APIs. Respect their rate limits. Here is a simple rate limiter. Retry logic, network requests can fail. Add retry logic with exponential backoff. Key idea. Retry on server errors, 5xx, and network errors. Do not retry on client errors, 4xx. Those mean you sent bad data. Building an API client for production code. Wrap API calls in a class. Usage. This pattern gives you shared configuration, base URL, auth, timeout, connection reuse, faster, typed methods with clear names. One place to add error handling, retry, logging. Pagination. Most APIs return data in pages. Here is how to fetch all pages. Some APIs use a next URL instead of page numbers. Check the API documentation for the pagination format. Common mistakes. 1. No timeout and infinite timeout is a production bug. Always set a timeout.